Hey guys, long time no see, I know. I am standing here in my TekTopia village, which I have been streaming over on Twitch, and that is where I mainly plan on doing this, but there's no reason that I can't give you guys a little sneak peek here and there. I know I have not been uploading from Intrinsic, and that's because I built a great big library there, and something happened to the world and it got reset. Oh, that's her. Um, it got reset, and I lost my library. And since we are nearing the end of a season there, I do not wish to build it again. That's who I was talking about. That is her. One second, guys. All right, sorry about that. I've got a bit of a cold. Let me out. Let me out. That is a library, by the way. This is Town Hall. I got this turned sideways so this other thing doesn't attack us because I don't like it. This is the architect. Now, he's really expensive right now because my town has grown, but he sells basically buildings and jobs. And this guy over here is the tradesman, and he sells basically jobs. He doesn't sell buildings. And by the reason I said basically with him is sometimes it's just this, which means that's a mine. That's a sign for them to use in the mine shafts, which I'll show you guys. I'm just going to give you the grand tour. And these guys are noisy, just so you know. We have 4 clerics that I know of. But this is Town Hall. This is the first building that I made here in TekTopia. As a matter of fact, I finished this little town square and a little bit of the gardens prior to starting the village. Now, you just seen in there with these guys, you've seen part of the library, but it was rather crowded. So this is one of the 2 libraries, and they come in here and they read and they gain knowledge, and this is where my little person does the enchanting, the one who does it. And then I added this up here. They really don't come up here and use it, but it added to the square footage of the building or of the library. So it made them feel less crowded, even though it's really crowded in here. You will see the other library later in the tour. And then over here is just a piece of, oh, crap. Piece of crap. That's it. Obsidian. And that's basically to tell people that this is where my nether thingy is. Not a big deal down in the nether. I'll just show you my little bit of area that is mine. I've got, if I can ever get through there, I have a little chest, workbench. I got a cow back here named Moo Moo. And then I also have a spawn point with my journey map that if I go through the nether, I can get right back to like right here. So that's great. I love journey map. My God, I wish I would have thought to have used this in vanilla Minecraft because I love journey map. Did I mention that I love journey map? Oh my God, you don't even know. Or maybe you do. This is just my little kitchen area. This one here, I wasted a diamond because emeralds are actually more important here than diamonds. So I wasted one to put that this was my house. And they won't come in here and mess with me at all. But they drop these little hearts. And so these are my future children of the village. Some of them are duplicates. I'm not sure why or if that's hurtful. This is my little bed, which I need to set spawn point back to because last time I plopped down a baby on an empty bed, it set that to my spawn point. So this is kind of the stuff that I have bought ahead of time. I plan on making more pens for the animals, for the ranch areas, and I've got enough here for 2 more 2-bedroom houses, but I'm not quite finished with the last thing yet. This is my storage where I have a little stinking bit of everything. This is my own personal area up here too. I have my own little enchant thing. I've got plenty of that. We've got more storage. And then I have my exotic goods up here growing. And some storage of that. And then over here some more exotic goods because why not? Now, I don't want to sleep because my villagers need their sleep at night. So we are going to be doing some of our tour at night. And that's actually okay because these little boogers are noisy as heck anyway. So that is all the things that I fit just in my town hall building. pretty happy with that. And this is my, I kind of wanted to do a throwback theme to the Village Craft season where I had a town square like this. And, you know, in the middle I had a well. So I'm pretty happy with it. But I'm thrilled with that building. The next building that we're going to look at is just a home. These beds should actually be green because they're claimed, but there's some glitchiness going on. I have not done my usual decorating and furnishing of these homes because they kind of like their spaces on the floor. So I let them have their spaces. These houses are slightly smaller than what they need. Oh wow, y'all are like roomy, aren't you? 4 people. Obviously only 2 of them live here. But these houses do not have the typical 12 spaces each. Each villager needs 12 spaces in their home to be happy. So the ones in the town square aren't quite there yet. Not quite. Not, I said yet, but they're not going to get there either. And that includes this home over here. But they seem fairly happy. Like I said, these beds should be green because they are claimed. I don't know what causes the glitchiness, but it happens. But see, they like to set into that. And some of them I've named after people that I game with or know, or friends, or people who watch me on Twitch, or what have you, which I consider all my little regulars over on Twitch little regulars. That's so cute. I consider them all to be my friends. This is a few things in itself, too. We have a guard post, which means a guard will stand there sometimes. We have a kitchen, and this is our little kitchenette. The guard sometimes stands in there too. This is the bar side, and I was a little leery that it might not work, but it does. So people sit in the bar over here, and they'll cheer and stuff. I don't know if this little guy will do it for us or not, but I'll wait here a second while I take a drink of tea. He started to get his beer out, and then he thought, no, you put me under pressure. This is Mrs. B. Anybody who knows Bard Actor knows that that's what we call his wife. And the other bard in town is of course, Bard Actor. This is where my trader comes, and he is who I make emeralds off of. So these are all goods that they have made. You can tell because it, like redstone there, is in green. Where if it's something of mine, it's going to be in white. So that's the trader post. Although I'm thinking about moving him, there's a whole heap of problems that go along with him being here. I will keep this part here, but I will probably move his sign and build him a new thing. Because he likes to walk on top. There's just all kinds of problems. Oh, wait. I didn't finish this building. Oh, my God. I totally forgot. Ta-da! These are our barracks. And we have 10. All 10 beds are claimed, but they're buttholes. And like I said, there's a glitchy thing going on. But we do have 10 guards. Then they're pretty happy with their space in here. They have not complained about it being crowded at all. And they practice here. Like, this is where they gain combat points. Good thing, though, because I don't have too many monsters getting in here. I've made it pretty daggone secure. Okay, so now, back over here. This is a couple of things as well. This is our storage, which is very important. This is where they store all their stuff. Some of this stuff, that's not mine. Some of this stuff is mine, and some of it isn't. But I've went ahead and let it stay in there, because sometimes they'll use it. Why don't we put that in here? And this is where I take stuff to sell to the vendor. My God, they have gotten redstone out the backside for me too. And they have no use for redstone. None. So like usually whenever these get 64 plus, I will take the plus. How come? Oh, some of that was from a tree I had. Okay. They prefer their own stuff. So that kind of explains that. We already looked in those. This over here tends to be more the food area. And this video might be a little lengthy just to show you the whole thing. God dang it. Get up there. Paper's something we can trade, so I'll take the 32 sheets of it. We have that. I want those. They won't put that on. They've got much better armor. So this is basically what I do daily. As I go through here and I see what in the heck they've left me that I want to take to put outside in a box that they won't touch, because they won't touch this box out here. They only get into boxes that are in that storage building. And that's the only boxes they will have anything to do with. So as you can see, I've got plenty of area in here. Give me that. And if I could ever get a redstone trader, man, I'll have me some money coming in. The hardest thing for me to get a hold of is books. And that's because she trades them quicker than I can get a hold of them. So that's pretty much the whole town. No, it's not. I am lying to you again. We have one more thing in Town Square to show you, and you're going to like it. The school. I had to use the top of this building for something. So I made the teacher's area over here, and I did not give him a chair because the students were sitting in it. So the teacher does not have a place to sit down, but it's okay. And this is the classroom. It kind of puts me in the mind of a Little House on the Prairie style, except for they all have gold tabletops. And I'm quite happy with it. So that is the inner town. I think the next building I'm going to show you is this one over here. We do have, oh dear God, what's it called? Let me run over here and look. I'll tell you in a minute. Chisels. Chisels. I don't need to go over there. Chisels. So that's how I was able to make the bricks, but we don't have bits. Before I do that, though, this is another guard post, and this is also our mine. I only had to take them down to level 40, and they get everything that I could want. And I did that because to take them completely down, first off, is a long way for them to walk, and secondly, they just won't go down that far. Wow, I don't know what happened here. I didn't do that. Huh. Anyway, we've got mines here. I don't know what the heck's going on here. My miners, first off, wow. Die. They've not been doing their jobs. I don't know what's up with the miners. Huh. Oh well. We're not going to address it right now because it's fine. But that's the mine. We do have some things in town that come and refresh the mine, which is really nice because it keeps you from having to make 10,000 of them, like I had to in the beginning. But this is kind of a townhouse, where each little section is a 2-bedroom. And as you can see, we got a couple of farmers living in here. They're pretty happy. They've got plenty of floor space. Oh, there's the other one. We got a rancher and a miner who lives here. And then upstairs we've got Red May, which is another friend of mine. She currently lives with a cable creel. I don't know. And I made a little connection here. I don't know if they ever use it, but I just thought it'd be neat. And then this is the guy. He will renew trees, crops, and mining things. So he's pretty cool. And then that's another farmer. In a minute here, man, they're all going to be up running around. They'll be a pain in our asses. I am going to come over here and show you another little bit of town before we go that way. Because I am still working on that building. That is my current project from hell, literally, because it's got a whole bunch of, oh dear God, I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, this is our blacksmith. Quartz, that's what it was, quartz. I've got some little torches back there because I didn't want to set the building up here on fire. But still, it puts little smoke puffs up. It makes it makes it appear that it's hot back there. So that is our blacksmith. I had some horses in here for the blacksmith, but they kept escaping and they were a pain in my butt, so we removed them. This is the butcher. The butcher drags her little prey in here and kills it right here on the floor. And this is her prey where the ranch area is. We got chickens, we got pigs, we got sheep, and we got cows. And here is the biggest part of my farming area. Well, I'm hearing a heart. Somebody dropped me a heart. Where are you at? Up here? Yep. See? That's how we get our little hearts. Speaking of hearts, I better eat. Because my haunches are down. Oh, I guess while I'm going by these, I could show them to you a little more. This here is just a little house. Not everybody, I guess, has a gold tabletop, but most people do. This here is just a little house too. This has not quite got 12 blocks apiece. This is the house I was building when I learned that. So I did better over here. This one here is a 4-bedroom. See, the beds are supposed to be green when they're in use, and I know these are all in use, so I don't understand why it's not. Another 4-bedroom up here. And they do set here in the evening and stuff, so it's really stinking cute. This mod pack is right up my alley. I'm not even gonna lie. We got some more farms. We got a ton of farmers. This little house here is pretty cute. I made these guys a little dual desk that they kind of share. And it's super cute when they're both sitting there, and then I kind of gave them what looks like a laptop. I got a big shit-eating grin on my face, guys. Excuse my language, but you know, I've been used to streaming, and I do have a mature stream, so that's where it comes from. Man, these guys are not replanting. I don't understand what's wrong. There's some glitchiness happening around here. I'm gonna have to get some more of my things too. This is where the lumberjacks come to chop down trees. That's not gonna work. Not all the tree comes down sometimes, apparently. But I've replanted some in here. I was kind of looking for stuff like that so that I would have it. So, and I know that up there is diorite. I know it's not the most attractive thing in town, but hey, yeah, build with what you got to build with. And I wanted to have a variety of looks. So that's why everything is just a tiny bit different. I've stretched myself a little bit on the builds. I've tried some different things, and I am quite happy with it. I even have a lovely home over here. Stretch out on the lovely. Hey, get off there. You're stuck. I know you. Stop being stuck. And then they love to fall off on the water because they won't walk here. They will walk. Well, he's going to make me a liar out of me. So is he. Oh, jeez, I forgot to show you while we were standing here. This is the beach. I actually made this little beach area because it wasn't all sandy to begin with. And somebody just pushed me. They're trying to kill me, I tell you. And I just think it's stinking cute. They don't use it, but they do walk through it. And I've got the torches out of it finally, so I'm pretty happy. This is our birch house. And I quite like it too. It's quite spacious for a 2-bedroom or two-bed house. They've got a cute little deck out here which overlooks the water. They can be quite happy here. And this is one of my favorite tricks to do. Item frame and a flower or something, and it looks really pretty. And it can pose to be a picture, photograph, what have you. Or it even almost looks a little embossed. I don't know what the word is. But this is the upstairs to that. Pretty happy. I don't think they ever come out here and set. It was just kind of sad. I wish they would, but I understand why you can only do so much with the programming. And this, oh my. Okay, first off, let's look a little closer at the beaches. We got little towels. I've got, you see what I used here, terracotta for towels. And then we got some chairs with umbrellas. I wasn't going to do umbrellas over them all, however, it just helped with lighting. So that's what we're doing. And then we got a little path down here from the beach to go up to the hotel. Well, to begin with, this was going to be a hotel. I think it's turned out to be more apartments than it has hotel. We will now, oh, before I forget, this end down here is still missing a whole end of it. We're going to add a kitchen on here. So I'm not done with this building. It is a work in progress. And here is kind of the main lobby, and I'm pretty happy with it too. We got us a little clerk over here named Chuck. He's got his, his records and stuff are here. He's pretty happy here. He cannot get out. Yay. And we just kind of wanted to make this feel kind of a modern chic, I guess. I don't know. I'm not good at naming things. But these are the bedrooms on this wing. They all look like this. They all have a table. They all have a bed. There is 6 of them, and we cannot put doors on them because they won't count it as a little bedroom or whatever yet. So they're picky about how they count it. The exact same thing is over here. So we have 12 bedrooms on the first floor. Up here, I put in a little area that kind of mimics like if you're going to play chess with somebody. And this is where the stairwells meet. However, we have another 6 bedrooms here that are just like downstairs. Again, the same thing over here. We have fit a ton of people. I think there's a total of 22 of them living in this building. This here is a little 2-bedroom, which is super cute. Like I said, I have not decorated these because I'm afraid to take up too much of their floor space. I want them to be happy. And then upstairs, we even found more places in the attic. Now, this one is like a favorite. Some of the older ones kicked some of the younger ones out of here and took it over. Because there's plenty of space. This is more blocks than a 4-bedroom unit needs. And who wouldn't love the view? I mean, now granted, this view is going to change as the village grows, but it's still a hell of a view. And the same thing over here, I just mimicked that same thing over here. Now they're all doing their little jobs right now, which is why we aren't seeing them. Oh my goodness, I forgot to show you that we also have a deck that since I'm still working on this building, did not finish yet. Let's just run all the way down here. And the other side's going to get the same type of thing. Now I made this too high because you can see it better from downstairs. It just looks better. Plus it keeps them from coming up here and walking off. I don't think they would, but they're not the brightest ones in the world. They know their jobs. They know how to go to the storage and get stuff that they need and drop off things that they've gathered. But they're kind of clueless past that. They will just walk right past you and push you out of the way. And all that good stuff. Over here is kind of a farmhouse of sorts because it's with another patch of farms. Oh, the fence going all the way around this place. And I did this here going across the water just to keep the bad people out. I like to keep my little dumb villagers happy. Oh, we didn't even look at the bar. The bar on this end of the building. So this here is another bar. They also like to hang out. I call it Skelly Farm or Skelly Bar. And they like it up here too. And they are a little glitchy. The bards are supposed to stand by this, but I'm telling you, they don't do that in this one. But I like the look of this. Now let's go back to the farm area over here. And I occasionally have to check for farmers because they drop through. There is some glitchy stuff that happens. Like sometimes I'll get a farmer that just falls through the ground and will hang out down here just kind of stuck. And so I got to keep an eye out for that. And it's happened to the point that I've had to put steps so they can get back up when it happens. And I don't know why they insist on walking under the bridge. Are y'all trolls under the bridge or what? Anyway, this here is a 2-bedroom house over here. Nothing beautiful. I mean, not really. But it's got enough spaces for 2 people. And they just walk straight through. They don't care. Their house or not. And then you got this one up here, which is a little better laid out. And I do have I could turn that off. See how the yellow things disappeared? And this fence goes completely around the whole thing. And I have made it safe at each fence end too. Seeing the farmers are working, they're gathering stuff. I got to be careful or I will pick up what they gather as I walk by, just like I did on that one. Rotten potato. I do not want you. And I don't think they'll pick them back up. I got to make more farm area actually just because. So over here at this gate, it's pretty safe. I've got some guard posts so that they will go around and to the different places. But we got a couple of boats over here. Not that I really let people go through my river. But that's pretty much, you've seen it. I have been to the inn because Pat, the owner, has definitely been to the nether, or not to the nether, the end. And we were all a bunch of turds too. He was like, anybody want to help me fight the dragon? And we're all like, no. So we didn't. Oh, nice people that we are. But I did go down there and get me some of that so that I can eventually maybe build something in purple. And that's kind of where I trap sheep that I want to color, just because they won't put them in their pen. Now this guard post I put here because the world border ends right here. So I wanted to put my little gate out. See, that's my extra protection. Each gate's got a little extra protection around it that matches the other main gate that goes around. And we definitely have some caves behind or underneath us. I'm saying behind us. Good Lord. It has been a morning, you guys. Not a bad one. Not a bad one. Just a busy one. But that is pretty much it. The only other thing that I've got to show... Oh, no, it's not. Oh, see, that's the thing. I've got all this place to build. And this, I know it looks like a church. It's actually a library. They don't have any need for a church because the clerics won't go to it and they won't stay with it. So I made them a library that looks like a church. So this is the second library that I promised you at the beginning that you'd be able to see. So, ta-da! And they will only mess with the bookshelves on the ground anyway. So I just made it look like this is where all the church books are stored. Brilliant, huh? Hey, I think so anyway. I like it. And I think I did a pretty good job with the stained glass this time. The look of stained glass. And I kind of tried to make it look cathedral-y and stuff in here. So, and you can see the pulpit from over here. So the last person in the seat can just barely see it, but still they can see it. So I'm pretty happy. And they come over here and they read from this library too. And as the village grows, more and more people will come over here. And the other thing that I can show you is at this gate, I have my own personal chickens because this is kind of my supply of food for now. Unless I'm out and about, which I don't do a lot anymore. Mainly because I don't have to. I can teleport anywhere I want to go that I've already been to. So like if I press the J on Journey Map, you can see I have a whole bunch of places that I can go to. And I can just teleport there. So that is pretty much it. That is the tour of my TekTopia world at this point. I have a few things bought ahead, so like I can make another one of these areas somewhere. I have not finished this side, as you can see. And it doesn't look bad, it's just that it doesn't have the cover on it that this one does. So I need to go through and put the roof over here so that they actually have a covered area like this side does. It's one of those things that I got to and I just didn't get it finished. Go figure. It's how the ball rolls sometimes. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to get a YouTube video out because I know I haven't in quite some time. I cannot promise how often these will be, but I will try to keep you guys updated every now and then, and if nothing else, just so you know I didn't fall off the edge of the earth. So, and if you like Twitch and you want to watch me over there, I try to do that mainly Tuesday through Friday at this point, and it varies. I'm either starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I'm starting at like 1 o'clock, basically, Eastern Standard Time. And I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find the link below. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic day, and I will see you later.